Now, U.S. federal agents have arrested 475 people in a major immigration raid at a Hyundai-LG battery plant under construction in the state of Georgia. The operation, led by Immigration and Customs Enforcement and Homeland Security Investigations, targeted individuals suspected of working illegally at the site. A U.S. official says most of those arrested are South Korean nationals believed to be unauthorized workers. The battery facility, a joint venture between Hyundai and LG, is part of a multi-billion-dollar push to expand electric vehicle infrastructure in the U.S. Authorities say the investigation is ongoing and more actions could follow. Neither Hyundai nor LG has publicly commented on the arrest so far. And meanwhile, in South Korea is calling on the United States to protect the rights of its citizens after several South Korean nationals were detained in a major immigration raid at a Hyundai-LG battery plant construction site in Georgia. Seoul has confirmed that some of its nationals are among those detained. South Korea has urged Washington to handle the matter fairly and in accordance with due process. I'm now joined by Ejike Okpa, a global affairs analyst. Mr. Ejike, thank you for joining us. Good afternoon.
Hey, good morning. My time is 6:42.
Good morning.
I'll take it.
Mr. Ejike, let's start with the obvious. How big of a deal is this raid? Diplomatically speaking, South Korean nationals were detained at a plant tied to major Korean companies. Can you explain this to us, please?
Well, it baffles a whole lot of us that keep an eye on some of these current affairs. How did we allow this number of people to work in a major plant? But again, you never know. It's one of those things when you look somewhere else, somebody else is sneaking up on you. But it's a good move because we'll now have to look at how did they measure international cooperation. There has a significant investment in Georgia, one of the states in America, to have this many people. Did they bring them in, or was this a case of a subcontractor, human resources that handle this stuff? So when the investigation is completed, chances are some people are going to be going to jail for doing this stuff. So, but the point here is it's not just targeting any people from any particular part of the world.
Right.
This is targeting people who have violated the American immigration. Maybe these people came under a certain time and they're overstaying, and here we are. They have to be taken out or removed.
Right. And we see that the South Korea's government is publicly asking the U.S. to protect its citizens' rights. Is that just political posturing back home, or are they genuinely worried about how their nationals will be treated after this situation?
Well, any sensible government, that's what they should do. When they are nationals in a different country are being, arrested the way ICE did this stuff, is to say please extend them good treatment, and then we'll get to the bottom of it. I don't think ICE is going to abuse them. America doesn't have that. It's not the tendency of our public officials, law enforcement people, to mistreat people. We have rights, and even though these people might have been illegally entered America, they still have rights to go before a judge or go and seek fair treatment. So what South Korea is doing is what a responsible government is supposed to do. You don't scream and say, oh, they shouldn't have done it. You just say extend them fair treatment. So I respect that they said that, as opposed to just pointing fingers.
Thank you, Mr. Ejike, for joining us this morning, your time, and afternoon, my time.
Well, thank you for having me.